What's up, Internet? Advantageous here, bringing you my final Sinnoh Classic video with my last two battles that I'm going to show you here. So, not much to explain, so I'll get it started right away. So, unfortunately, I guess a lot of the battles I'm showing you don't really feature Cress and Togekiss, but yeah, several of my wins were using it where, yeah, it was just domination. It either worked or it didn't, pretty much. So this first turn, I'm going to get off a free Bullet Punch on the Weavile, brings it down to its Sash, and then it steals my Life Orb, so I'm like... and it goes for the beat-up strategy, which is interesting. I don't mind that. Like, Whimsicott, I think, is Gen 5, so you can't use it in this competition. So this Lucario is getting up pretty quick. Luckily, though, that Weavile did steal my Life Orb. I was kind of hoping, I didn't know the beat-up mechanics. I was hoping that after one hit, it would take a Life Orb hit and just die, but yeah, unfortunately, it kicks in after, and the Lucario is going to go for a close combat. And yeah, Caesar, you're not living that. Caesar's got a lot of defense, but that is +4. Fortunately, though, I did target the Lucario with Azumarill, and yeah, Play Rough's easily going to take that out. Even without the defense fall, Lucario is a glass cannon. So out comes his Cresselia, and Latias, as I'm going to bring in my Garchomp. So I don't like this thing. I'm pretty sure I can't take out the Lati in one hit, and yeah, I don't want to take an Ice Beam from the Crest. So I'm going to switch out the Intimidate means nothing, because both of his physical attackers are gone. As Lati is just going to go for a Draco on Arcanine, but I am very specially defensive. So look at this, look at this. That does just over half. Like, that's a Draco Meteor. And I'm going to pop my Citrus, so I'm easily going to be able to lift anything that this wants to throw at me. As the Crest is going to Psyshock the Azumarill, which is a better play because I am Assault Vest. But yeah, Crest doesn't have that much. I'm going to knock off, get rid of these leftovers. So it makes me think that this is probably a Moonlight Crest. As I'm going to get a Snarl off. Arcanine doesn't have, like, I think it has like 4 EVs in special attack. Thor doesn't do much, as the Crest does reveal Moonlight. So I'm thinking, okay, this is going to get into a stall war that I really don't want, and I don't have any form of recovery on my team. So Azumarill's just going to finish off this Lati. It's like, just get out of here. So the only thing I can hope for at this point is just that doubling up on the Crest would be good, but then he just forfeits. I don't know what I could have done, because Crest is pretty bulky. It can take hits really well. So I don't know, like, Play Rough, like, Knockoff wouldn't have done as much, so Play Rough would have been a better thing. I have Flamethrower, so maybe getting a burn would help. But I guess it would have just came down to stalling out the Moonlight, because he would have just kept going for it for something, and there's just no way you could take me out. So that was the first battle. Pretty favorable, 3-0 in my favor. Get the next video loaded up here. So as you can see, Crest is in this one, but no Togekiss. So unfortunately, Togekiss was the main, like, focal point of my team, but because I was low ladder, I didn't really get to use it as much. It's because it was a really kind of meta type strategy, I suppose, to really just hit hard, because Togekiss is normally seen as, you know, bulkier. So I'll get the battle started up now. I did see as you can see, there's an Articuno on this team and a Zapdos, which is pretty cool to see Articuno. Definitely props to him. I love Articuno. I'm Team Mystic, Pokemon Go. Hashtag Team Mystic Master Race. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't even care. I haven't had much time to play. So I don't like this matchup. Chomp is Sash, so I know I can get off that fast Rock Slide to hopefully take out now. But I'm just going to protect, get in Crest for free, as Articuno is just going to go for the Blizzard, and freeze my Crest. I'm like, oh, why? And then Swampert's going to go for the Earthquake. Not going to do anything. So, made a good switch. This next turn, I am going to go for the Rock Slide. But Articuno is bulky. It's got to have some like HP investment for sure. Luckily, this next Blizzard actually misses Garchomp, which is really beneficial. I would have lived it, but then, you know, the freeze chance and whatnot, just shenanigans. So the Swampert's going to attack Crest. That actually does a considerable amount, so definitely attack invested Swampert. Articuno knows it's going down this turn to a Rock Slide, so it just Ice Shards me, which does a lot. So I know Rock Slide's going to take it out, and I'm hoping for a flinch on Swampert. Articuno goes down. Bye, beautiful bird. I love Articuno. I wish it was more competitively viable, as unfortunately he's going to break through the flinch hacks and take out Garchomp. Rough Skin does kick in, fortunately, so can't be too mad about that. I love having Rough Skin on Garchomp. It's come into play so many times, especially in the Battle Maze on using it. The strategy says to use Sand Veil, but I'm like, no, Rough Skin works a lot. So unfortunately, I'm going to get intimidated by this Mawile, so, you know, another props for bringing a Mawile to it. And then it activates Herb. Now, I was supposed to have a Mental Herb on this. I put the wrong herb on it, and it actually never even mattered because I never got taunted. I brought the Mental Herb for the taunt. I didn't put Citrus on Crest because I wanted it on Arcanine. As Swampert here, it's going to go for the Earthquake, so it hits its own mom, which actually has the Shucca Berry. I'm like, that's interesting. Why wouldn't you just go for the, like, Protect? And then Mawile's going to crit my Crest. So it's getting whittled down. It's still frozen. I'm trying here, but I'm getting nothing. So Mawile tries to Sucker Punch the Arcanine as I do Will-O-Wisp it. And then Arcanine is going to take this Waterfall. Takes it fairly well. Better than I was expecting, so get my Citrus Berry up. I don't have Morning Sun on Arcanine, obviously. It's meant to just be a full supportive Arcanine. The Will-O-Wisp really coming into play. So now I've got both these Mons burned. I know he's got, I do believe, Zapdos in the back. So Arcanine can take it on if I can get a Snarl off before it takes me out. As Arcanine's getting double teamed, I'm like sitting here praying like, Crest, like, unthaw, wake up! It's still not, like, I haven't even been counting the turns. Have you guys been counting the turns? I think that's turn 5 of Crest being frozen. Like, this is ridiculous. You saw in the last video of the Swampert that I fought got frozen, but it was really, didn't make a difference. I'm just continuing to protect here because I'm like, please, Crest, wake up. It's getting ridiculous. I'm gonna say that's turn 6. So here I'm just basically trying to stall out the frozen turns. I'm like trying to give myself a chance because I know I can't 1v3 this with my last mon in the back, which I do believe is Swampert. Or not Swampert, Scizor. Or no, I brought in a Azumarill. Yeah, Azumarill can take it on, but like I need to stall this out. So I just keep protecting here. I'm not letting this Mawile Sucker Punch me because I know that'll take me out. So finally, Crest unthaws. I'm like, yes, MVP, and I'm gonna get an Energy Ball off, and Swampert's gonna go down. So like, oh, thank you. So now I'm sitting in an excellent position. It's 3v2. I'm down 2 months, but this Mawile's got 2 turns left at most if I don't attack it. And the Zapdos is going to go for the Drill Peck on Arcanine, so physical Zapdos. Pretty cool. So this guy brought a pretty cool team. I gotta give him props. And so I'm going to Ice Beam the Zapdos. Doesn't do too much, probably bulkier. Zapdos is pretty bulky, but I mean Crest doesn't do that much. Look at how little that Play Rough did. Oh, that's so funny. So now I bring in a Azumarill, who is going to try and Sucker Punch me. It tried to Sucker Punch the Crest, but I knew that Zapdos would outspeed me, so I actually went for the Trick Room on this turn. And then it turns out I knock off a Charity Berry, so probably more offensively vested. You normally put a barrier like that on it if it has more offensive. Mawwell's gonna die to burn. Trick Room's up, and Ice Beam plus Aqua Jet is easily gonna be enough. So I actually decided to go for the Waterfall here. I probably should have gone for the Aqua Jet, but who knows if it would have taken him out. But Zapdos goes down, and that is the GG. So easily, like, even though it didn't seem that close, it was a lot closer. Because if, let's see here, if I stayed frozen for longer, Azumarill comes in, and it takes one Thunderbolt, gets that knockoff off, then I have to bank on, what is it? I have to bank on getting through Paralysis and Aqua Jet taking it out, which I was confident it could, but then it's a risk, you know. So I think I could have pulled that out even if Crest had stayed frozen until it died, but, you know, that's how it goes. So I hope you guys enjoyed my last Sinnoh Classic. I wish I had more battles for you. Unfortunately, I didn't have as much time, you know, living my life. I actually had that weekend off, which was great, so I did have some time, but yeah, trying to find trainers, it just seemed like nobody was playing. I don't know, it's rather unfortunate, but that'll do it for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!